on-screen couples really had chemistry, again and again and again. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 celebrities who have played couples more than once.
You saying I'm some kind of
mental person?
Oh, wait, hey.
He wasn't here.
Oh, Tony!
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, join us in taking a look at the many actors and actresses who have teamed up to play on-screen couples not once, but multiple times. They may have even dated in real life at some point, or just remained good friends throughout the years. But either way, moviegoers clearly can't get enough of these pairings.
Why would you want to meet somebody you're crazy about?
Hey, I hardly think I need to take advice from a person who...
Number 10. Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore.
You know, the weird thing is when we were growing up, we didn't get along because I used to do this to her a lot.
3 movies, 3 decades, 2 really good friends. Since working together on The Wedding Singer in the 90s, Sandler and Barrymore have gotten back together to film one movie every decade, and even sang about it on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon.
You are the Fred to my Ginger Rogers.
You're the Rob Ford to my crack cocaine.
There has never been a romantic connection off-screen between the two, but Sandler's wife does say she loves Drew, and that's probably why they continue to work together and stay such good friends. It's almost surprising that they've only made 3 movies together.
Your damaged temporal lobe is causing me pain, and I'm gonna get you for that. Now you're dead!
Number 9. Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone.
Don't go.
Don't let me.
With all the fuss over La La Land, the 2016 Oscar-winning film starring Gosling and Stone in the lead roles, it's easy to forget that this wasn't the first time the young actors played a couple. In fact, La La Land was actually the 3rd time Gosling and Stone starred opposite one another since 2010.
So is this how it normally works?
What?
You know, you put on the perfect song, you make them a drink?
The first film was a comedy, the second a thriller, and the third a musical, proving not only that Ryan and Emma have good chemistry, but also that they're both extremely versatile as actors. Chances are La La Land won't be the last time we'll see them work together either.
Genius.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Number 8. Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet.
God, look at that thing. You would have gone straight to the bottom.
Jack and Rose's tragic romance in Titanic is far too memorable for their actors to ever work alongside each other again, right? Wrong. In 2008, over 10 years after Titanic's release, the two teamed up again, playing a couple in the critically acclaimed film Revolutionary Road, proving that casting these two together is a good idea.
How long have you had this? I want to know.
Jesus Christ, you really are being melodramatic about this whole thing.
The only thing perhaps better than their performances is Kate and Leo's real-life friendship, and the tremendous support they show for each other's careers.
You won't give up. No matter what happens.
Number 7. Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan.
Hey, you put me out of business.
Yes, I did.
Did you come to gloat?
No.
After starring alongside each other in 2 huge romantic classics, Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail, these two just have to accept that their names will forever be linked together. Still, most people don't even realize that they played a couple in not just 2, but 3 films. The first being Joe Versus the Volcano, which was released years before Sleepless in Seattle.
You love me?
Yes, I love you. I can feel my heart. I feel like I'm going crazy. You just can't die and leave me here on this stinking earth without you.
Tom even had a brief on-screen reunion with Meg in Ithaca, a film she directed and cameoed in 2015. Number 6. Richard Gere and Julia Roberts.
So what happened after he climbed up the tower and rescued her?
She rescues him right back.
The 90s began and ended with films starring these two, with Pretty Woman coming out in 1990 and their second film Runaway Bride arriving in 1999 to bookend the decade. Of course, everyone knows the former rom-com classic for Roberts' portrayal of a hooker with a heart of gold. But what also made the film what it was the blend of Gere's serious attitude with Julia's lightheartedness.
Oh, honey. You know what's happened? I've got a runner in my pantyhose. I'm not wearing pantyhose.
It's no wonder they tried duplicating the success of the first film with the second. Though they haven't made a movie together in over a decade, there's always the chance, as the two remain close friends.
Dance with me.
Number 5. Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor. It was rumored that Burton didn't much like Elizabeth Taylor when they first met on the set of Cleopatra, but things obviously quickly changed. Because not only did they go on to make 10 more movies together, but they also married in real life, twice.
Come on and kiss me, Kate.
When they first got together, they were both already married to other people, so they divorced them and married each other soon after. But then they eventually divorced themselves, only to marry again a year later, and then divorced again. Okay, so their relationship might not have worked out, but at least a few decent movies came out of it.
Now I will hold your hand when it's dark and you're afraid of the boogeyman, and I will tote your gin bottles out after midnight so no one can see, but I will not light your cigarette. And that, as they say, is that.
Number 4. Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall.
I'll leave my address with Frenchie so you can find me.
Maybe I'll know how to whistle by then.
Humphrey Bogart was known as somewhat of a ladies' man, and was married not once, not twice, but 3 times by the time he'd met Lauren Bacall while filming their first movie together. Even though he was 25 years her senior, the two began a relationship that was more than just professional.
You're very happy here, aren't you?
Very.
You never lonely?
Bogart filed for divorce from his then-wife Mayo Metho and married Bacall in February of 1945, the year they made their second film, The Big Sleep. They remained married until Bogart's death in 1957, and made 2 more movies together along the way.
I like that. I'd like more.
Number 3. Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn.
Why can't we sit down like adults and patch this thing up?
I'm afraid that might become a habit. Then we'd wind up with a patchwork quilt instead of a marriage.
Lauren Bacall's good friend Katharine Hepburn was yet another actress who fell in love on set. She and Spencer Tracy acted together in 9 films. Though he was only estranged and never officially divorced from his wife, that didn't stop him and Katharine from also pursuing a relationship outside of work, one that lasted over 26 years until Tracy's death in 1967.
He seems to have made quite an impression on you, Matt.
Yeah.
While they never had children or married, in the years after his death, Hepburn stated she was happy just being with him.
Well, you know, as the French say.
What do they say?
Vive la différence!
Which means?
Which means hooray for that little difference.
Number 2. Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers.
Morning, Freddie.
Hello, honey.
Where did you get the doggone pony act?
Here are 2 names that cannot be said without thinking of the other. The famous duo was never romantically involved, but their on-screen career together lasted over 15 years. So it's no wonder people can't help but think of them as a couple. Both Fred and Ginger began their dancing and acting careers as solo artists, but after appearing in Flying Down to Rio together, they were seldom apart. In fact, their next joint film saw them in lead roles.
I thought you were economical. That's better.
Throughout their career, they each worked on solo projects as well, but never quite experienced the same amount of popularity alone that they had over the course of 9 films together.
We'll
Never
places goodbye.
Keep that breathless charm.
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
Satisfied?
Not for years. It's all John, sweetheart.
I love you. I'll never leave you again.
I'll never let you go. You're my Annie, and you always will be.
Man overboard is kissing woman overboard. A rescue boat is starboard.
Who the hell are you?
Well, I'm a romance novelist.
You're what? What are you doing here?
I told you, my sister's life depends on me.
Oh, don't give me that shit. Thought you were donating a kidney or something.
Number 1. Woody Allen and Mia Farrow.
Yeah. Angelina once even predicted I would marry a Jew.
Did you happen to say which Jew?
Yeah, a Jew or someone musical.
Between the years of 1982 and 1992, Mia Farrow starred in 13 of Allen's films, which probably had something to do with the fact that the two had been in a relationship since the late 70s and early 80s. Meanwhile, the end of their cinematic partnership coincided with their controversial breakup. This wasn't the first time Allen dated a co-star. He and Diane Keaton dated briefly, but it was definitely the most scandalous.
You want to make love?
Because, although Mia and Woody made a good on-screen couple, the latter felt that there was more chemistry between himself and Farrow's adopted daughter, Soon-Yi, who he not only left Farrow for, but would go on to marry instead.
Mia had said to me, "You took my daughter, and I'm going to take yours."
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from MsMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.